Hello, namaste.
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 Sri Soham was my yoga teacher when I did my TTC. He is an amazing yoga teacher and friend. We're going to talk to him today about yoga, and he's going to tell us all about yogic philosophy and meditation. We're very, very excited. We initially left one of our cords back home and had to run around and find another one, but now we're here. So we're very, very excited to finally talk to you. Guruji, we're so happy to be here with you
Thank
today.
you. Thank you, Arva. It's my pleasure actually to have you guys here in our beautiful place, Ananda community, the studio.
I send you good energy every day.
Thank
very,
you.
very grateful.
Thank
to
you so
everything.
much.
But when you said yoga is more of an unlearning process, can you explain what you mean by that?
See, generally when you ask someone what is yoga, okay, everybody says that yoga means union of body, mind and spirit. It has become like a very trendy word now, union of body, mind and soul. But for me, personally speaking, yoga is not only a union of body, mind and soul. Before going to the process of union of body, mind and soul, you need to understand what is body, what is mind and what is soul. Until you understand what are these three things, you cannot union them. So for me, yoga is a kind of process. It's a continuous process. It's not just like a one-time, a union. It's like a continuous process, being in the present moment. And also, I believe this, from our childhood, society has given identity for us. You are Arva, I'm Soham, she is that, he is that. But basically, this is just an identity given by the society. And we have started learning everything what is in our society, whether it is required or not required, it doesn't matter. But we started learning because we are living in this society. What yoga basically teaches is to unlearn these things and come back to the roots. See, when you were a child, did you add any kind of selfish or ego or anything? And when you were a kid, only, mama, food and sleep, happy, and, you were in your nature. Absolutely, you are in that innocence nature. Then what happened day by day? You started like, my mama, my papa, my geometry box, my school, everything, my. So what happened slowly? That selfish started. And then ego. I can do this, I can do that. So basically we are learning so many things from the society, which is pushing away from our own identity. So what does the yoga process does is, it basically unlearns all those things, unlearning all those things what you learned in the society which is not required. So that is why I always believe that yoga is a kind of unlearning process. People, those who come to our yoga practices also, they keep on saying, Guruji, I'm going through these kinds of problem. Guruji, I'm going through that kind of problem. Many stories. So I just tell them, see, you've already learned so much. That's why you're going through all these experiences. So now start your yogic journey and start unlearning. Come back to the root so that you're happy and you're innocent back. This is why I call yoga is an unlearning process.
That's so interesting.
That's so cool.
How does that even how do you think about that in terms of how does it even work? How does someone while going through yoga, how are they undoing that? What's happening?
See, first of all, we should understand what is the meaning of yoga. What exactly is the yogic journey? Because everybody thinks that yoga means it's only on the mat. So, okay, if I go to a yoga studio and practice 60 minutes of yoga physical practice, how can this change my life? How can I start unlearning my egos or selfish, So, basically, there is a very big misunderstanding about yoga. Yoga is not only on the mat. The thing what you are going to practice on the mat, it's called as asanas. It's just a pose. It's just a one part of the yogic journey. That's it. It's not the real yoga. Yoga means everything. The way you leave your shoes outside and come a proper way, the way you dress yourself, the way you are happy, the way you interact, the way take care of yourself internally and externally, all this process is like in yoga. See, generally what happens when you get up early morning, you will have enough time to do your work, right? Throughout the day, you will have enough time. If you're eating healthy food, so you don't fall sick. When you don't fall sick, you can work more. If you work more, you earn more. If you earn more, you're happy. So basically what happens, yoga, following the yogic journey, teaches you how to lead a happy life, how to lead a peaceful and happy life. This is why I say that when someone starts practicing yoga, definitely this is going to help you to unlearn everything in your life. Once you start unlearning, then of course you will be happy. So yoga is not only building up your muscles and having your six packs or family packs. Yoga is all about the way you interact, the way you are living your life. And also nowadays what's happened, the yoga trend is everywhere. You can see that everybody with very, very expensive yoga mats, going to the yoga classes. For them, it has become like more physically oriented process. People are not understanding that yoga is not only a physical oriented, it's more about your spiritual journey. It's more about your inner growth. When I'm into a yogic process, I eat healthy, I sleep healthy, I interact with other people in a healthy way. So when all these things are good, of course my life will be peaceful and happy, right? This is what we look at the end of the day, right? Why are we working so much? Either the corporate companies or whomever, whatever the work it is, what is the reason of working? I can be happy. I need to keep my family also happy. I need to provide their what basic needs they need, right? The responsibility. Same thing in yoga also. Following a yogic process definitely will help you to follow that responsibility of life. Once you follow the responsibility of life in a proper way, of course, you are happy. Yes. Through meditations, you mentally get balanced. Through asanas, you physically get balanced. To a nice way of living, spiritually you get balanced. So when everything is balanced, of course your life is balanced. Yes. So this is the great process of our yoga.
What advice do you have for somebody who tries to, follow the yogic path and live a nice, healthy, happy life, but continues to fail?
My advice is, see, whenever you start traveling, don't think too much about the destination. Okay, just enjoy the journey. You will meet a lot of people in the journey. You will have a lot of experiences. And also, when you start doing something, definitely there will be a lot of obstacles happening. Like example, when you start practicing yoga poses, your body will start rejecting it. Oh my God, my body started paining. I don't need to do tomorrow yoga. I will skip yoga. No. When you start meditating, what your monkey mind will do, it will not allow you to be still. So it will start, thinking about thousands of thoughts. But still, if you are able to control your body, if you are able to control your mind and still keep on practicing, definitely you will reach that goal. Right? See, reaching destination is 100%. You will reach one day. Maybe slowly or maybe it is fast. But you need to have this consistency of practice.
So consistent.
Consistency is very important. Practice is very, very important. Keep on doing, keep on practicing. So same thing, when you start cooking at your home, do you think that the first day you will cook very tasty and yummy? No, right? The day by day you will increase, Every day the food becomes wow. The same way in our yogic journey also, it will hold you. It will not let you to grow. It will not let you to feel yourself successful. Lot of fluctuation of mind will happen. It's like a churning. When you start churning the buttermilk, the butter comes out, right? The same thing, the yoga will start churning you. When it starts churning you, it is painful. But once the churning finishes, the butter comes out. I can give you one small example. There are many stones in the street, right? Do you respect all the stones in the street? You see, many stones are there. Some people spit on that. Some people kick that. The dog pee on that. It's just a stone. Come on. Nobody cleans that stone on the street. But an artist, a sculptor, takes this stone home, clean it, and he starts hitting, like sculpturing it. So the stone will take thousands of hit from him. Thousands, 10,000, 20,000 of hit from this artist. After taking so much of pain, this normal stone becomes a beautiful idol, a beautiful statue. Once it becomes a beautiful statue, what you will do? There will be a value for that. You will keep it in a museum. You will clean every day. You will dust every day. Nobody will spit on the idols. Nobody will, throw the idols away, right? That means the stone is same. It was just a street stone. Now it has become a beautiful idol. Same thing in our life also. Many people think that, process of becoming a idol from a normal stone, it's a very hard time. You need to keep on getting so many hits and hard. It's not so easy to get successful. Yeah. So this is the process of yoga.
I have a more sort of like practical question. I'm really interested in like how people like someone like you who's engaging lots of students and is trying to keep your mental state in a very peaceful mindset, what does your morning look like? How do you start your day? We always talk about drinking things like kurkum in the morning and this like golden milk and things like. Can you tell us about what your early mornings look like?
So before explaining about my daily routine, I want to say that I don't give any chance to anybody to, to control my mind or my emotions, whether it is happiness or sadness. I don't give opportunity to others to, to affect my mind. So this is the first thing I decided in my life. I will not give a chance to anybody to affect me in any way, either physically or mentally. So this sankalpa, this promise you should make yourself. After making this promise, yes, of course, you should start a healthy daily routine. You know what we do, I have seen in a lot of countries, especially also in Egypt. I'm sorry to say this, people get up at 10:30, 11 in the morning, and they sleep at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. This is the time. They should understand some common sense. They should have some common sense why the God has created light and darkness, the night and the day. Because your body, scientifically, your body has a capacity to identify whether it is dark or night. They need rest, right? So that is why the first thing, most important thing, what I follow is, I go to bed early. Okay, when I go to bed early...
How early is early?
It depends upon the country, because, I keep on traveling, as you know that. It depends upon the country, around 9:30, 9 p.m., 9:30. Okay, 10 sometimes, not too late also. But if I'm in India, it's a different thing. If I'm in India, 8:30, 8:45, 9, that's my time, It also depends upon the place where you're staying. Also my jet lag, my time differences, all those things. But 9:30, 10 o'clock, I go to sleep. So if I go to sleep early, what happens? I can get up early. So I get up around 4:30 every day, whether I need or not. My body clocks wakes me up, I cannot go back to sleep after this. So 4:30, I get up early morning. As soon as I get up, yes, you already said that you drink something, like kurkuma or those things. But what I do is early morning when I get up, I drink enough water, fresh water. So this basically helps me to ease, my body get rid out of the toxins basically. So after this, of course, my nitya karma means my daily activities, whatever it is, toiletries and all those things I finishes. Okay, and then I have oil pulling. I do my oil pulling. I do my Jalaneti Kriya, means nasal cleansing. I think Arva knows all these things now because...
I think so. So Eric now does nasal cleansing.
Oh, that's nice. So I do the nasal cleansing every day. And I pour the oil in my nose, oil in my ears. This is basically lubricating. Our joints and our body needs lubrication. So I put one or two drops. I clean my eyes with a nice fresh water. So basically, I'm taking care of my physical body early morning. Then as soon as this, of course, I will start with my self-practice. Normally what happens, I do practice 2 times a day, morning once and evening once. If I'm practicing meditation, then evening I practice yoga poses. If I practice yoga poses, then evening I will do the meditation. It's either. It depends upon my business, work schedule. And also food, most important part. I take only twice a day. Okay. See, there is in our Indian tradition, there is something called as ekabhukti. Ekabhukti means one-time food. In those days, I'm talking about hundreds of years ago. Even still now, a lot of people follow this actually. It's ekabhukti means one-time food. And nowadays in modern time, you call it as intermediate fasting, and it has become a very big product now to sell intermediate fasting. But this was there in our Vedic time itself in India, okay? So I take twice a food. Okay, if I'm taking one heavy meal, then the next dinner will be the light dinner. If I'm taking a light breakfast, then the dinner will be never it will be heavy, but I'll take 2 times a food, and drinking water and never sleeping in the afternoon. Okay,
Never sleep.
never sleeping. If you can nap, you can nap for 5-10 minutes. That's it. But never sleeping in the afternoon, because we always believe, what? If you sleep in the afternoon, that means your physical body is tired. And if you don't sleep, if you don't get sleep in the night, that means you're tired. Always remember, this is the symptoms. If you're feeling very tired and very sleepy in the afternoon, that means your physical body is tired. If you're not getting sleep in the night time, your mental body is tired. So this I follow. So this is my daily routine. And also I have my own self practices. There are a few kriyas. Kriyas means techniques which I practice, which is given by my guru. So it takes almost like 60 minutes. We call it as Agora Sadhana. Okay, so there are many things so which I practice on my own. Along with that, I continuously have schedules like classes. I take classes in the morning and the evening. I have lots of yogic day-to-day activities. So I follow this way. And this happens 7 days a week, 365 days a year, I don't miss anything, Even if I'm flying, even if I'm sitting in the flight, I keep doing my pranayamas and meditation. I never stop it. So this is consistency. You need to have that practice. And definitely, trust me, the process is difficult. But once you get that result, it's a beautiful thing. The result is beautiful thing. I cannot explain. One has to experience it. Okay, when the ultimate goal of all the yogic sadhana is to meditate. If you want to sit in a straight and meditate for a long time, you should be able to have a healthy body. If your body is not healthy, you cannot sit for a long time for meditation, right? So to sit long time in meditation, so once you start concentrating and practicing dharana, it's called dharana, concentration, then you will reach into the meditative state, which is called as zero state, or we also call it as manomaya avastha, means mind without mind. It's a beautiful state. I really wish everybody to experience this state. So this is my daily, schedule.
Do you recommend a certain type of meditation for people trying to reach that kind of state eventually, or what do you usually tell people to start out with?
See, all road leads to Rome, the same way. There are different types of techniques given by different gurus and masters and teachers. It doesn't matter. But I would recommend the basic meditation technique, which is very, very powerful. The basic meditation technique is just observing your breath. You need to understand something. Our mind is like a monkey. Can a monkey be quiet? No, monkey is not a monkey. It keeps on jumping and it keeps on doing his naughtiness. If you say monkey, hey monkey, don't talk, be quiet. Do you think monkey will be quiet? No way, it's a monkey. It cannot be quiet. So what you need to do? Give some banana or give some peanuts to the monkey. So what will monkey will do? Monkey will stop jumping and it will be busy in eating the peanuts, right? So that means you're basically, calming the monkey. The same thing in your mind is also like a monkey. If you keep on saying, oh mind, be quiet, oh mind, be stable, oh mind, be zero thoughts, it cannot happen. It cannot happen. So what you should do is, you should give the work to your mind. What is that work? Or something to eat. What is that? Your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Every time your mind brings you thousands of thoughts, hundreds of thoughts, it doesn't matter. Let the thought comes, but don't take the thoughts. Keep on observing your breath as if like a peanut to the monkey. Wow. Do this and automatically this monkey mind will become stable. This is one of my favorite and the basics, guidance I give to all of my followers just to practice the breath awareness of meditation. This is one. And one more. People say, Guruji, I don't have so much of time to meditate. What should I do? People should understand. If you have time, meditate for 1 hour. If you don't have time, meditate for 2 hours. Because you are the one who needs the meditation more, right? So there is one more technique which I recommend to everybody is mindfulness. For mindfulness, you don't need to close your eyes and be there. Even now, you guys are talking to me. I'm 100% sure that you're completely listening to me. And I'm talking to you guys. I'm 100% sure that I'm completely explaining you and guiding. Nothing is happening in my mind other than this now. When you're walking, just observe. Be mindful. Observe the things around you. When you're cooking, observe. Smell. Taste. Ear to the sound of the boiling water. This is called mindfulness. When you're driving, observe all the beautiful things. This is called as mindfulness. Mindfulness means something, you're stuck in a traffic jam. Imagine, you're stuck in a traffic jam. What do you feel? Oh my God, so irritated, right? I want to get rid out of this. You get anxious, you get angry, you get stressed basically. But the same traffic jam, imagine the same traffic jam if you're seeing from a 10th floor top, like example from here in this building, if you're looking at the traffic jam, it looks so beautiful, so many cars, standing there and so much of lights, you feel so wow to look this. Same thing in our life also. When the problem is very close to us, we get irritated. So try to be away from this problem and watch it. It looks beautiful. This is what mindfulness teaches you. When you're driving, enjoy, put FM, nice thoughts. Smile with others, those who are sitting with you in the next car, it doesn't matter. So be mindful. Everything you do it in a mindfulness. So these are the two beautiful and simple meditation techniques everyone can practice. And you don't need to sit for hours, and you don't need to have, go to a forest and sit in the cave to meditate. And people say, it might sound funny, people say, Guruji, I really don't have to meditate. I tell them, do you go to pee or poo-poo? Yes, Guruji. Go meditate there. When you're sitting there for toilet or, poo-poo, what do? You're holding your mobile also there. Stop it. Meditate there. Close your eyes and let it go. Let the shit go out and let this shit go out. Yeah?
I actually found that when you focus on your breathing while you're going to the bathroom, it actually really helps.
Yes.
It really, really helps.
100%. You
Sit up nice and straight
yes.
and like just breathe.
Yes, true. People should understand, you will not be healthy only by eating healthy food. If the breath is not proper, see, we call it as prana. Prana means life, vital force, life force. So you can stay without food for few days. You can stay without water for few days. But imagine, can you stay without breathe for few minutes? No way. We die immediately. That means this is the most essential things. Very, very basic needs. So it can basically cure you. It basically can heal you. That is the greatness of breath. That's why having breath awareness is beautiful. It's my humble suggestions to everyone. You know what they can do? Just close your eyes. Those who are listening to this podcast also, what you can do now, just close your eyes. And once, don't think anything. It might look silly for you. It's okay, no problem. Take deep inhale and observe your breath. How beautifully the breath is going in. And breathe out and observe how the breath out is coming. Inhale. Exhale. See, our mind became completely still for 5 seconds now. I was able to control you for 5 seconds with the help of your breath. That's the easiest part. So you can control your mind and body only through breath. Okay? So breath awareness is beautiful.
No, I just like the image of getting the entire world to begin to meditate when they go to the bathroom and starting this movement, and it begins from the toilet.
Especially digestion. It helps in digestion. A lot of my patients, they come and tell me, Guruji, I drank water and I just observed my breath when I'm using the toilet. And trust me, constipation is gone. You can speak to your body through your breath.
Wow.
That's the beautiful thing. Wow. It's really beautiful.
Arwa's always telling me I don't breathe properly. I'm probably, but like you always say, breathe to your stomach, right? Isn't that the technique?
It's called belly breathing, actually.
Okay.
See, it's not like you cannot breathe through your stomach. Actually, you breathe only in lungs only. But what happens, according to the science, we are not using the 100% of our lungs. Even you guys know this, actually. We are not using the 100% of our lungs. We use very less. It depends upon the capacity of one person. Okay? So, when you observe that belly breathing, as if you're breathing to the belly and squeezing the belly. So what happens, because of the diaphragm raises up, so there is a more space for the lungs. So you inhale deeply. So when you deeply inhale the oxygen, what happens? Oxidation happens. Energy release will happen. And then what happens? More carbon dioxide is out. The detoxification is happening. Yes. So this is why you need to have that, awareness of belly breathing. Okay. For few days you will feel difficult. Okay. For few days you will feel, am I breathing properly or not? But after some time, it will become a normal breathing way for you.
A lot of people these days are interested in Kundalini. Can you just explain to as if you're talking to a 5-year-old, what is Kundalini?
Okay, nowadays, honestly speaking, Kundalini has become like a like a fast food everywhere. I recently saw an advertisement also, just pay $200 and you will get your Kundalini awakened. People have become so foolish in selling these things, Kundalini means something, it's really, really very, very, very important topic. It's not a joke actually. Never, never, ever mess up with Kundalini Shakti. Kundalini means it's a kind of energy, okay? We believe that it is already in our body, you know. So once you keep practicing this Kundalini yoga, okay, it's a process again. Kundalini yoga means not something, if a studio tells you that come, I will teach you Kundalini yoga, it's not only that. Not going, standing on the mat and doing some asanas and doing some pranayamas, it's not Kundalini yoga. It's a process. You need to have a proper guidance, proper guru for you. Because I have seen a lot of people becoming crazy with those who have started practicing Kundalini. Okay, so what happens? As in our yogic philosophy, we have many chakras. You also know this. We have many, many chakras in our body. Among hundreds of chakras, 7 chakras are most important, which is very, very essential for a spiritual practitioners. Okay, we call it as Kundalini chakras. Okay, which lays on the base and up to the crown chakra. Okay, so nowadays, whenever you open any YouTube or any social media, you can see that lot of colors and lot of music, lot of techniques to awaken this Kundalini. Please, if someone thinks that awakening Kundalini is so simple, please stop it, because basically it can ruin your life, both physical life and mental life. It can really completely ruin your life. You need to have a proper guru, because lot of things will happen during this process. Lot of things. You may lose your life, basically, you know. You may lose your life. You may go crazy, you know. So what happens? We believe, as a yogic philosopher, in our yogic philosophy, as a yoga practitioners, we believe that there is a coiled snake, a kind of energy which is lying always in our root chakra. Okay, we call it as Muladhara, root chakra, in the pelvic floor region. Okay, so once we connect our breath to this Kundalini, when we connect our practice to this Kundalini, when we become more aware of my body and the things around me, okay, so this Kundalini starts awakening. The energy starts awakening. It's like a snake, like a coiled snake sleeping. So slowly, the snake starts getting up. So that's how we say that the Kundalini awakening is happening through all the 7 chakras. So once the Kundalini reaches the crown chakra, which we call it as enlightenment. Enlightenment. But this is not just a joke. Sometimes, recently one of my practitioner students, she asked me, she told me, Guruji, I feel that, my Kundalini started flowing from my base to the throat, and again evening it went down, and again next day it came up. This is all illusion. This is all Maya. Okay, this is not true. It's not so simple way to get, Kundalini awakened, then have a, it's not like that. It's a very big process. Okay, my humble suggestion and request to everybody is, don't get into these kinds of serious practice if you don't have a proper guidance from a teacher or a guru, because it can screw up your life basically. Okay.
So what are you supposed to do in the ideal scenario? How is Kundalini supposed to work?
You are not supposed to do anything basically for Kundalini awakening. You are not supposed to do anything. You just need to go to the nature. You just need to go to your root, to your basic root, to your nature. See, we believe that when we were born, we were already enlightened person. What is enlightenment? Enlightenment means you become union with the universe. Myself and union is not separate. Myself and the universe is not separate. We are already one. This is the concept of Kundalini awakening. Okay, like example, you, Eric and Arva, we are not separate. Me and this plant is not separate. We are all one. So that oneness is called as Kundalini awakening. So when I was child, I was already enlightened. You were already enlightened. Everybody was already enlightened. We were in that state basically. Nothing. We were not thinking anything. We were in a happy state, blissful state always, right? Slowly, this enlightened person became a normal human being. Learning so many things, we became human being. The dust of human being is still there. We think that, I am Soham, I am Arva, I am Ervik. But we are not realizing that I am the I. I am not just a Soham, I am the I. I am not just a Arva, I am the I. I am everything, I am nothing. This is the state. When you get an enlightened state, it becomes like that, I'm everything and I'm nothing. So I'm just a part of the universe. And I am the universe. So this state is called as enlightenment. So to reach this state, there is nothing called as you need to do something. You should not do anything basically. Again, learning process. But how does it happen? Through a guru's guidance, through a teacher's guidance. And also people, those are into Kundalini practices, in our India in those days, students used to go and stay with the Guru in a residential place to do this process, because anytime anything can happen. So Guru used to be there to calm them down, to balance them. Many things will happen.
Like what sort of, like, what's the danger? Like what's happening to people?
You
who
may
do
go
it?
crazy. You may become psycho. You may feel illusions. You may feel like, bipolar, borderline.
Psychosis.
So like a psychosomatic problem. So these things can happen. You may feel like you're seeing a different dimensions. You may feel like I'm leaving my body. Body experiences. So all these things can happen. So if you don't know how to control it, it's like taking an LSD.
I was just gonna say that.
It is like taking an LSD. You know what happens when you take a drug? It's a kind of temporary enlightenment. After this, what happens once the drug effect gone? You fall into a deep, big pit shit. Basically, it's a deep hole when you do use any kind of LSDs. But in this Kundalini awakening, Kundalini process, what happens? 365 days, 24 hours, you will be in this state.
Okay.
You will be in this state. And you know how to control everything. Wow.
Do you encourage Kundalini for people to do, or is it only for like very select people who are
Yes,
trying?
only select people. Not everyone can do. People should be practicing lots of spiritual journeys. They should know what they're talking about. They should know, they should be able to understand the scriptures, and they should also be able to understand what the Guru is telling, basically, So they need to have the control over their body, They need to have control over their emotions. Very important. Emotions. Because, when you're doing these Kundalini practices, people have reached to suicidal tendency also, as I've seen. They've reached to the suicidal tendency also. So if you're already into a strong state, then the Guru will appear. You don't need to go and search for a Kundalini. When you are ready, the Guru will appear to teach you the Kundalini. Okay? The teacher master will come. So you need to wait for your process. Okay? But to go to that state, you need to keep on practicing all other foundations. Kundalini is like like a roof. You cannot build the roof without a foundation. So you build the foundation first. What are these foundation? Yogic journey, happy life, breathing properly, asanas, pranayamas, meditations, dharana. So you build up your foundation properly, and then you can build up the roof, right? Yeah. No, nowadays, Arva, people have become crazy about these things. I'm sorry to say this. In online, wherever you see 200 LE, 300 LE, 500 LE, Kundalini awakening, Kundalini workshop. Buy this, your heart chakra will open. Buy that, your root chakra will open. This is all just a drama and ethics to sell the products. That's it. Nothing can help you except you yourself and a proper guidance. Of course, external things can just give you a boost, like example music. You know what happens when you're so angry? There is certain frequencies of some music which makes you calm, right? And when you're so anxious or so worried, certain types of taste makes you, this anxious is gone. So that means the external things can support you, but those are not the real, the vehicle to take you to the next process. It's like that.
That's interesting. We also wanted to know your opinion on what you think is like what is a soul really? Do you think about this? I'm sure you do.
That is the purpose of us born here, to find out what is that soul, what to get an idea of what is soul. See, in our India, we have something called as Atma and Paramatma. Atma means which is permanent. Okay, it doesn't have any temporary birth and death. Only this clothes. Cloth is nothing but our body, It has the death and birth cycle. Okay, but the soul doesn't have. The soul is a prana, is a life force. Okay, so there is nothing like you cannot say that, okay, soul is this big, soul is that big. You cannot explain in this way. Okay, soul is something which doesn't have end at all. It's the life. So for this soul, it needs body. Without body, the soul cannot finish his karma. Okay, if you don't finish your complete karmic cycle, Okay, the soul keeps on reborning again and again and again and again and again and again. So body is also very important, but soul is, which is permanent, which you cannot explain, which can be only experienced. Many people say nowadays in a funny way, I'm searching for my soulmate. I tell them, guys, before searching the soulmate, start searching your soul. You don't need to search a soulmate. Mate, soul doesn't need a mate. Soul is not a physical body to have a mate, So, soul is something beyond explanations. Now, example, if I say, when you see a child, when you see a cute child, what do? You just smile, right? If I ask, can you explain this smile? You say, no. There is no explanation for this experience, right? When you're very sad or when you're in a very depressed, when someone comes you and just hug you, what happens to you in that moment? The experience. You cannot explain. What happened to you? You'll say, I don't know, something happened to me, right? You'll say this, right? That is experience. So soul is something, it's a very experiential, not an explanation, It's a beautiful thing. And you can realize this during meditations, You can realize this during the yogic practices. Yeah, connecting to your soul. It's a beautiful thing. Always, what we are doing? We are always doing what our body is saying. But we never give importance for the inside one. I can tell you one story if you really want to understand what exactly is the soul. There was a very rich guy. He had 4 wives. Rich man, he had 4 wives. He was so rich, like a billionaire. Okay, and suddenly one day he falls sick. They took him to the hospital and the doctor said, oh man, why are you so late? You have a lung cancer. So you're going to die next week. I'm sorry, you're already in the, last stage of the cancer. So we cannot do anything. And this man said, oh, I'm ready to give away all my wealth for you. Please save me. And the doctor said, no, we cannot do anything because it's already everywhere in your body. You're going to die. Now, this man went back home and he said, oh my God, I enjoyed my life so much all these days. Now I'm going to die and I don't want to die. Even if I die, I don't want to die alone. Wait, let me ask my 4th wife whether she's going to die with me, So he called the 4th wife and said, hey, my dear, my young wife, beautiful wife, even after marrying 3 people, 3 girls, still I love you so much. I married you. I bought everything you asked. I gave you everything. I took care of you, everything. I bought a costly makeup to you. I bought the costliest clothes to you. Please, 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 I have a small request. Will you die with me? And this 4th wife said that, what? Stupid. No way. She just left him. In that moment, she just left him. Oh my God. He felt so sad. Then he called the 3rd wife. Oh, the 4th wife just left like this. I know that you love me so much. I also love you so much. I worked so hard to have you in my life. I worked day and night to have you in my life. I did so many cheatings. I did so many good things, bad things, just to have you in my life. I really took care of you very well. I safeguarded you so much. I didn't allow anybody to touch you. I was always a protector to you. Please, can you come with me when I die? And the 3rd wife said, see, Habibi, I'm sorry, I cannot come with you when you die. As soon as you die, I will get married to someone and I will go away. I'm sorry. So she just left. He felt so sad. Now we went to the 2nd wife. My dear 2nd wife, I know I ignored you sometimes, but many times I was with you whenever you need. I've helped you so much. I also bought many things. I did so many things to you without any expectations. And yes, of course, some expectations, but many times without expectations. Okay, I gave you so much of money. I gave you everything to you. Can you come with me? And she said that, see, my dear hubby, I love you. I respect you, but I cannot die with you. But what I can do is, I can come with you until your dead body goes to the graveyard. After that, sorry, I cannot come with you. He felt sad, so sad. And suddenly, he heard a voice from the corner. My dear hubby, can I come with you? And he just turned and looked at the corner. A very thin, very ignored first wife is standing there. He ignored her completely. He didn't take care of her health. He didn't feed her properly. He didn't give any importance to her. He always neglected her. He always pushed her away from everything. But today, the first wife said, can I come with you? Because I still love you. I cannot leave you. He started crying and they said, I'm really sorry whatever I did in my life. I know that you are the one who is going to be permanent with me. So the meaning of this story is the fourth wife who left him immediately, that was your body. As soon as you die, your body becomes waste. It leaves immediately. They put you into the fire or in the mud. It's waste completely. No use at all. And the third wife, the thing which he worked so hard to get her is the money, the building and the car, everything. As soon as you die, it will get married to someone and go away. Either your children will take or your wife will take or your husband will take and they will run away. Right? And the second wife is your relatives and friends and family. They will come only till the graveyard. They cannot come more than that. Yeah? But the first wife is the soul. It will never leave you until you finish your entire karmic structure. It keeps on coming with you always. So this is the easiest way to understand the soul. Yeah?
That's a beautiful story.
Thank you.
Sorry, thank you.
How do you even like follow up that story?
Just follow your purushartha. Just follow your responsibility of life. You know, we always have 4 responsibility of life. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Dharma means duty. Artha means prosperity. Kama means creation. And Moksha means always try to get the liberation. When you follow these 4 things completely, continuously, promptly, honestly, it's very easy to, find out everything.
My big problem is that, I'm gonna make this about me, I'm sorry, but probably everyone has this problem. When you wake up in the morning and you feel like a god, everything is possible, you're powerful, your mind is firing, and you have this ultimate clarity in the morning, and it's a beautiful feeling. And then it's gone. It's immediately gone for me after like 20, 30 minutes. And that's all I get. I never get that feeling back. So I'm always wondering, like, how can we take that and live that way as much as possible?
Because see, early morning when you got up, so that moment you're living only for you. That's why you're feeling so fresh and happy. After a few minutes, what happens? You're living for others. What my wife will think, what my boss will think, how maybe I will get stuck up in traffic, maybe this will happen, maybe that will happen. That means morning you were wearing your own shoes. And after a few minutes, you started wearing somebody's shoes. It stinks. You don't need to wear somebody's shoes. So throughout the day, if you keep in mind, I am going to do something nice for myself. See, it may look little selfish for people what I'm saying now. It doesn't matter, This is what I follow. I also believe in my life. You cannot love someone until you love yourself. You know this? You cannot respect someone until you respect yourself. If you want to help others, start helping yourself. If you have something in your pocket only, you can give to others, right? When your pocket is empty, how can you help others? This is what should happen in your life also. Early morning, you are getting up with that fresh mood. Find out what is making you to lose that fresh mood after a few minutes. Why? You started thinking about your work. You started thinking about your daily task. You started thinking about your financial matter or relationship matter or career matter. Something is bothering you. So the financial matter, the career, the financial, if you still have the same fresh mood in these things, throughout the day will be beautiful. Try to be your nature. Please, I know that it is very difficult. Practically speaking, it's not so easy, but nothing is difficult. Nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. Try to have that same mood throughout the day. How? Control your mind. How to control the mind? Come back to meditation. Come back to the yogic practice. Yes. See, Mama, she cooks every day. For everyone. 365 days she cooks. No holiday for her. No salary for her. No bonus for her. Yeah? But she keeps on cooking 3 times a day. So do you think that anything changes in her taste? No. The taste, what food she cooks better every time. She cooks better every time because it's her way of meditation. She never gets bored. She never says that, okay, today I'm so bored, instead of putting sugar, I will put salt. She cannot say this, right?
Or I'll just poison the baby.
La, that is evil.
And take a trip.
So that means she's always having that that mindset throughout our life. But we, what we do? We keep on changing our jobs. This job is not good, change the next job. This job is not good, change that job. Because we are trying to live somebody's life. We are not living our own life. So when you start living your own life, see, I always say this. Many people comes and ask me, Guruji, I don't know why I'm not achieving anything. See, my friend is doing that. My brother is doing this. My sister is doing this. But I'm not able to do. What can I do? Stop comparing yourself with others first. Because you are very exclusive. Can you see any other Soham? No, I am Soham. Soham is very exclusive. Arva is very exclusive. Eric is very exclusive. That means nobody else is a copy of us. 100% copy, no one can be. That means I am special. We are special. Keep this in your mind that you are very special. Your talent, what you have, maybe you are not a multi-talented. At least, but there is some talent. Use that talent. Some might be good in sales. Some might be good in marketing. Some might be good in teaching. Some might be good in cooking. Yes? So there are different talents. So use the talent.
They've made it hard for us. They've made it hard for us with social media and our phones and seeing what everyone's doing all day.
Yes. And also, I always believe this. Social media is beautiful if you use it in a proper way, It's a beautiful thing. I am also in social medias. But, his disciple asked a guru, Guruji, can I use the email? Can I create an email? Can I use the email? And the guru said, yes, you can create an email, but without any attachments. So no attachments in the email, and also no attachment of this email in your life, That's a beautiful way. Social media really helps now. Small example, even what we are doing now, thousands of people might hear this. So this might change at least one person's life. Or even if it doesn't change, one time in his life, maybe he think that, okay, one Indian guy was speaking about like this. Maybe this was true. Maybe in his life, once in a time. If I'm able to do that, I did my good karma. And you guys did your good karma. Right? So this is what. Social media is beautiful, but it all depends how we use it.
Do you have any suggestions for Egyptians, especially who live in Cairo, very busy city?
Yes, lot of suggestions. See, I don't see much difference between India and Egypt, honestly speaking. The chaos, the traffic, the dusty, everything is same. Okay? The only thing is the language is different. And the food also, very spicy, everything is different. I mean, everything is same, except the language. See, my suggestion as a yoga practitioner, as I've told you in the beginning, people don't know their value. Many people, they don't know their value. They think that I should always be like my brother. I should always be like my sister. I should always be like my friend because she is here, he is here, she has grown this much, he has done this much. No. My suggestions to it, just do what makes you happy. Just be yourself. Just be in your nature. And very important, sorry to say this, I am coming to Egypt from past 8 years and I've seen the food habit here. I'm sorry to say this. Very, very bad. Not everyone. Most of them, the food habit is very, very bad. They eat. So you need to have a balance in your food process, It's just a food. You're eating food to live. You're not living to eat food, right? So the food balance should take care, especially the Egyptian people, like of Indians also. We Indians, we also celebrate a lot always and eating so much, okay? And second thing, stress level. So much of stress level everywhere. So throughout the world, there is a stress level. You cannot stop it, because you need to work, and in a work space, there is always a stress. So, but you need to have a something process which is going to help you to reduce the stress level, which is yogic practice. Come back to the yogic practice. If you are not interested in yoga, go back to your spiritual practices. Go back to your religious practices. That is also beautiful, Religious practice is also yoga. We call it as bhakti yoga, devotion yoga. Yes. And also, I saw many youngsters here. I'm sorry to say this again. They're addicted to so many unwanted things here, I don't want to name it, unwanted things here. So my recommendation is, please sit a minute. Think what will happen to your future if you continue. Life is not only that, that few minutes you're popping up something. It's just few minutes you are, smoking something. Life is beautiful. Life is so big. So think about the future, how worst your life can be if you don't balance your present moment. I say that people don't think too much about future. Just enjoy the moment. But still, as a human being, you need to have some, the long distance imagination. What will happen to my health? Yeah, these are the things the Cairo people should really concentrate. The Egyptians should also concentrate, and sleeping early and getting up early. Okay, these are very important things.
How can someone guard themselves? Like especially during meditation, you hear of incidents where someone meditates and then they're either possessed or they meet evil entities or that kind of thing. So how can, like, what helps you guard your aura and your entity?
See, I don't call it as an evil entity, but what I can say this: if there is a positive energy, there is negative energy also. 100%. There is a negative energy also, positive energy also. If I say that, hey Arva, you're so beautiful, you smile. And if I say, hey Arva, you're so ugly, you become, angry, right? So this is negative energy and positive energy. Same way in our life also, we always meet both positive people also, negative people also, positive energy also, negative energy also. So what you need to do is distance yourself from all these things. If someone is really hurting you badly, if abusing you someone badly, so what you should do is distance them. Don't need to fight. If you keep throwing the stone on the shit, what happens? It falls on you, right? So just go away from that. Have a distance. Same thing when you are meditating also. Always have a meditation in a particular place where you feel energized. Like small example, why do we go to temple, church or a mosque? Do anybody thinks cruel in these places? No. In these places, always we think about, let me be happy, let my family be happy, right? So that means create a space in your house or in your room, which is only your space. No one can occupy it. No one can use that place. I'm not talking about like a big room or a big hall. A small space where you can sit and pray, meditate, do your practices, pranayama practices, do your yoga practices. So create a space. Okay. And definitely, as you said that, how to, cleanse your energy through yogic practices. Through pranayamas, through meditations, and through religious practices. Do your religious practices. Pray. That is a beautiful thing. If you keep on praying every day, none of the negative energy thing can come to you. Because, the verses of the holy books as a positive frequencies. When the positive frequencies inside you and outside you, around you, no negative frequency can affect you. Like small example, if you're always happy, you know what you will do? You will create happiness among your friends. You're always depressed and sad, what will you do? You will create the same energy to your friends also, right? So you be positive from inside. You don't need to have the positive outside. If you are positive from inside, it becomes weak. It cleanses, And also, when you are meditating or doing any spiritual practices, lot of mind illusions will happen. We call it as Maya. Illusion will happen like, I'm levitating, something is happening to me, somewhere I'm going. These are all Maya. Anischa we call, means temporary. Okay. So don't get into this Maya. You need to say that, la, I'm straight. No, nothing happening. Nah, I'm going to sit. La, I'm going to do this. La, I'm going to do this. Have that stable mind. Stable mind. That is the best way. Okay.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Guruji.
Thank you so much.
Please. And also at last, before ending, I would like to say for you and for everyone, yoga is not only about yoga mats. Okay. It's not only a yoga practice or yoga teachers training course to take in a studio. It's all about the way you live. The way you live happily with your family, with your friends and with this society. This is what makes you a great yogi. Not only by doing flexible asanas you will become a great yogi. No, you cannot become a great yogi only by doing a flexible asanas and advanced asanas. You can become yogi only when you create a smile on your face and this smile creates smile on others' face. Then only you are really yogi. Okay? Thank you all. And thank you for
Guruji.
Thank you for this.
So much.
I hope you enjoyed the session.
I love it.